Omaha looks to find its mojo tonight as the Supernovas begin the season against San Diego. The Novas sent shockwaves through the volleyball world by hiring Nebraska legend John Cook as the co-owner and general manager, a move that brought some of the state's brightest stars back to Nebraska. Outside hitter Merritt Beeson headlines the group, joined by first-year pro middle blocker Kiara Reinhardt. It's a new year, a new season, a new league, but the dream remains the same. Major League Volleyball is live from the CHI Health Center in Omaha. Tonight as the San Diego Mojo take on the Omaha Supernovas, who were led onto the floor tonight by the champ, Bud Crawford, as it's volleyball time in the MLV once again here in Omaha. The Supernovas opening night at the CHI Health Center. And hello again, everyone, and welcome inside the CHI Health Center. Along with former professional and former Olympian Nancy Metcalf, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us as we get set for opening night here tonight in the MLV. And interesting that we're saying MLV, not PVL. Some changes in the offseason.
Yes, the league underwent a merger, so it's now known as Major League Volleyball, or MLV. They added an expansion team in Dallas, and they have plans to expand to 3 more cities next year. So it's changing and growing the sport more.
And another big name, John Cook, joins the Supernovas.
Yes, probably one of the biggest off-season moves that we saw. John Cook joining the Supernovas as a co-owner, but also as a general manager. And I think bringing in somebody of John Cook's caliber, he has obviously an immense amount of experience in the collegiate game, but he also has international experience. He has helped coach international teams with Team USA. He is a great addition for Omaha to bring in to help run this team, find good talent, figure out how to piece it all together.
Well, speaking of finding good talent, he found a pretty good one in last year's #1 pick, Merritt Beeson, coming back to Nebraska.
And it's a great get for Omaha Supernovas to bring Merritt Beeson back in. The Husker fans in the state loved her when she played for Nebraska. She is a great person to have on your team. She's a great teammate. Everyone who's played with her thinks the world of her, and I think she's a great addition to the Supernovas roster.
We'll see 2 new coaches on the sidelines tonight. Lucas Slabay, first year for the Supernovas. He's an assistant with the men's national team, a longtime assistant with the U.S. women's national volleyball team. Great reputation in the sport.
Yes, Luke has done so many things for the sport at an international level. He brings in a lot of the European game knowledge. You can see him here passing a ball with some of his players. He knows how to play the game, but he also has been a great coaching piece for Team USA, both on the men's side and the women's side, and he's looking to bring that technical expertise to the Supernovas roster.
And a transition from player with the Vegas Thrill to the bench. Alicia Childress, first year with the Mojo.
And Alicia Childress has a phenomenal career as a player behind her, but she's also, as you can see, she's been a key coaching piece for a lot of different places. And so for the San Diego Mojo to get her in the head coaching position is a great move for the Mojo. She's going to bring her experience as a player, her knowledge, the way she sees the game, her perspective will help that team.
Well, there is no city in the U.S. that supports MLV and PVL like Omaha, Nebraska, and the Supernovas opening up tonight at the CHI Health Center in front of a terrific crowd. The Supernovas and the Mojo kick off the MLV tonight. Reps Mojo headlined by Jovana Brkocevic, three-time Olympian of the Supernovas, along with Nunaviller. They get Sarah Wilhite-Parsons at the outside, a threat from that left side.
I think both players are going to be electric tonight. They're both excited to get started playing in this league. It's going to be a lot of fun to see the offensive firepower they bring.
Ready to go here in Omaha. There is Merritt Beeson wearing the Supernovas uniform for a first time, second year in the league. Last year played for the Atlanta Vibe, where she was the #1 pick overall. And there is the face of this franchise for 2 years, Brooke Nunaviller, and we're underway in Omaha. Tough serve by Sydney Hilly to start it off. Swing by Mojo, not down. Overpass kept alive there. That right pin, the swing not down by Grote. Beeson powers it through the block. First swing, first kill as a Supernova for Merritt Beeson.
And here we can see Merritt Beeson going up again for an out-of-system kill, finding the hole in between the blockers and cutting it back in. This great swing by Merritt Beeson. Some patience there by both teams getting through that long rally.
Well, another tough serve by Hilly. Did not stop Grote from that right pin, though, and the kill for the Mojo.
And Maren Grote is just a tough middle blocker to defend. She was very successful last year, and I think we'll see more of the same this year. She runs that so well with her setter with a good timing.
Nunaviller out to Beeson. Good cover there by Hintz, the libero for the Supernovas. Tip pulled out by Kathy and kept alive. Hilly runs the middle and got the kill on the swing by Liao. Janice Liao played collegiately at Miami. Big physical blocker, but also an attack threat as well.
And it's good to see Hilly go into the middles early, establishing that connection with Liao. Leo can be a great attacker, but they need to have timing with the setter. To see it established early is really good.
Pushed out to the pin. There was no touch. Swing is long by, I believe it's Grace Lober. Point for the Supernovas.
One of the things Luca mentioned when we talked to him was they've been working really hard on the technical aspects of the game in Omaha right now. They're trying to make sure they're doing things right. They're making the right eye reads when they're looking at the block, where they're making their blocking moves, trying to seal over and get good touches. So you can see a lot of technical stuff that will pay off in matches for Omaha.
He really got into the nuanced approach of blocking and improving your block, and it's not just about being in the right position, but anticipating where that set is going based on an arch back of the setter, or is she catching the ball down low to push it out to the pin, really trying to read where that ball is going, and the Supernovas get a point there.
Yes, Merritt Beeson again getting a great swing there, but that was one thing Luca mentioned. He's working on the eyes for the blockers. You have to be seeing the right things before you make your move.
Caffey runs the middle, but the block is there, and a big one by Elise Getzinger, the former Creighton Blue Jay, playing right back here in Omaha.
And the crowd loves it. Some Omaha support here for Getzinger. We're going to see it again. Watch Getzinger just dive into the crossbody, coming back across for Caffey, and just buries it down. That's a great blocking move.
So they said one of the reasons he went after Getzinger early in the draft was because of her ability off one foot, but boy, her block presence is dynamic as well.
Yes, she's also a good blocker. She's a tall player, so she's able to get over the net quickly and reach over into the other team's space, which takes away a lot of angles for them.
Beeson right into the block. Big block on that left side. Caffey part of it.
That's a tough swing for Beeson. It's a high out-of-system ball coming from left back. You see Brooke Nunaviller step in to set that ball. Beeson has a triple block waiting for her. She's got to remember to still keep that ball high, go high hands, or use the block out of bounds.
Hilly runs the middle, the tip sit right back over. Now back to Beeson, who tips it inside. Good job defensively by the Mojo to keep it alive. Nunaviller with her first swing from the left side. Long on the attempt by Tabron. Oh, they are going to say it was down. So Tabron with the kill for San Diego.
That's a nice swing by Tabron again, keeping it high, going high hands deep into the court. She just tagged the end line with that attack.
Used to watching that inline official who's not there, and I watched Luca. He said it was out. I believed him.
I would believe him too.
Here's Nunavilla off the tape. Smart play there by Kayla Caffey in the middle. Swipes at it and gets the kill for the Mojo.
Kayla Caffey tonight has done a really nice job for San Diego of getting up in transition quickly and being available for her setter.
Caffey played collegiately at Missouri, Nebraska, and ended up at Texas where she won a national title. Good dig off the swing by the Mojo, not down it. Nunavilla, and a big block there. I believe that was Brkocevic with the block. First lead for the Mojo.
And that's a nice blocking move by Brkocevic. She does a really nice job of setting the block inside on a shorter set, getting over the net. She's a tall player, and so Omaha's going to have to remember to hit smart when they have her up at the net blocking.
Tip attempt by Hilly, not down. Into the block again, and the Mojo block big here early in set one. It is a 6-0 run here for San Diego.
That was Tabron getting way over the net of Merritt Beeson. Merritt's trying to tool her out of bounds, but not able to get that ball turned out far enough. That's a nice blocking move by Tabron.
Upset out to the pin, goes into the antenna. Brkocevic with the hitting error, and that ends that 6-0 run.
Omaha did a nice job in that stretch of really handling some tough serves. They were really going after Brooke Nunavilla with the San Diego serve, and she did a nice job popping those balls up.
Aggressive swing by Brkocevic, and she gets the kill as the Supernovas were in the net, so net violation, point for the Mojo.
San Diego's going to be looking for Brkocevic to score a lot of points. She's here to be an offensive powerhouse, and they're going to go to her a lot. She's had success early, but an unusual mistake, I think, on that one.
On the slide, the kill by Getzinger goes off the block.
And there's the slide attack that Luca was telling us. That was one of the main reasons they went after Getzinger. They wanted to have a player who could attack behind the setter to keep their offense spread out, even when the setter's in the front row.
Nunavilla to serve. And the ace by Nunavilla.
It's a good serve by Brooke Nunavilla. I really like the communication on Omaha's side. Merritt Beeson in the back row is talking to Sydney Hilly in the front row, letting her know that's out, that's out. Because when you're in the front row and it's coming over, sometimes it's hard to get perspective on it.
Pushed outside, swing by Tabron is long, and the Supernovas have knotted it at 9. Good middle run, nice dig by Hintz. Good up by Nunavilla. Diving save. Tip, but tipped wide, no touch. And it's the Supernovas' point. Malseret wants to check, and Alicia Childress also out there with a question. Another point for the Supernovas on the hitting error by the Mojo. That's Marin Grote again with the swing. Two teams trading runs here in set number 1. Good up off the swing by Brkocevic. Tipped right back to her. Now we're on the middle. Block was there. Getzinger got a piece of it. Tabron with the kill. Goes off the block, falls on the Nova side. Point San Diego.
In that rally, we got to see Morgan Hens with a couple of really nice defensive plays, and I think Omaha can expect to see more of that from her this year. She's a fantastic defensive player, reads the ball so well, and is so quick to move to it. She'll be a fun player to watch on defense.
Job by Hilly to get the block touch. Beeson tried to keep it alive. San Diego now 11 even.
Here we see it again. That's Tabron again getting over the net. So far, San Diego has been doing a really nice job blocking at the net. They're in good position. They're reaching over and sealing that net really well.
And missing 2 middles tonight, who are both out with injuries. Swing for the left pin. There's Parsons with the kill. Most experienced player on the Supernovas roster.
That's Sarah Parsons going up and hitting. We can see it again here, but she's hit such a nice angle shot inside both blockers. Sharp cross court, and Tabron cannot dig it.
Pounded into the block by Grote. But point for the Supernovas on the block, and that's Liao along with Parsons. Look like mostly Parsons. Tough serve. Take that right into the block. Block again, Hilly along with Liao.
Omaha's block now doing a better job getting out quickly and then reaching back in. On the last one, Parsons went out and drove back inside. On this one, Hilly gets lined up in front and dives inside and takes away that ball. It's a great blocking moves on both balls.
Rolled over. Parsons into the block and falls right in front of the Mojo for another Supernovas point.
That's a nice transition play. A lot of times when teams get a lot of blocks like this or several consecutive blocks, the attacking team will start to get tentative. They'll try and throw in a tip. Merritt Beeson doing a great job picking up that tip, and it sets up the Omaha transition play for a kill for Parsons.
On the slide, the tip and the kill, effective that time by Grote.
That's a nice shot by Grote. I don't know if she realized the libero was out or not. A lot of times, middle blockers, when they're hitting behind the setter, if the middle's out, they know that tip short down the line is more likely to fall. And that time it did.
Will Height with the big swing from the left pin. And the Supernovas on top 16-12 here in set number 1. First match of the year at home for the Supernovas, and they have the lead over San Diego. Well, the champ is in, the Jet is in the house. Yeah, hey, Johnny. Johnny the Jet Rogers here. We saw the champ earlier. Great crowd tonight here at the CHI Health Center. Supernovas have survived a 6-0 run from the Mojo and hold a 16-12 lead here in set number 1.
Tonight, this has been a game of lead changes, and I think that's going to be normal for early on in the season because both teams are still finding their footing. They're still figuring out their team chemistry, how everything clicks together. So I think we can see a lot of swings like that, and that'll be pretty normal.
Supernovas block, trying to answer the effective block by the Mojo, Barrett Beeson. Leal was right there with her. Overpass, off the Hilly serve. They go down as a kill, but credit that one to the serve of Sydney Hilly.
Sydney Hilly tonight has been effective on her serve. She's serving tough and keeping San Diego kind of off their balance right now, getting in situations they don't like.
7-1 run on the serve of Hilly. Great up there by Hentz. Real height. Parsons with the swing, not down. Out of the back row, Tabron one-handed up by Nunaville. Was it in? No, just long. Point for the Mojo.
I think everyone in the gym held their breath for half a second waiting for that call. It's close. But again, another rally extended by some really good defense on the Omaha side.
Great pass, they were on the middle, the tip not down. Monserrat was there to keep it alive. Parsons, was there a touch? No, point for the Mojo. San Diego slowly clawing back into it off the serve of Grote.
Here we see Parsons swing again, and she's really working the ball around really well, just missing a little bit each direction.
And Beeson found the line, just paints that sideline for the kill.
Merritt Beeson doing a nice job there, just hitting high, not trying to pound it down, not pulling it into the block, just keeping that ball high, going deep in the court.
Overpass. Good job by Monserrat. Swipe into the block. And it falls on the Novas side. Point, San Diego.
Loberg had a really smart shot there. That ball was high, and the Supernovas block, or they're both tall girls, so they're a pretty high block, and she just pulls it down and swipes it through below at their wristing, like totally missed their hands.
A two-time All-American, Marley Monserrat, played at both UCLA and Florida. Tip back and another point for the Mojo. And a timeout taken by the Supernovas. 19-15, Omaha with the lead. Both teams have gone on runs. Supernovas a 6-0 run to open it. San Diego came back with a 6-0 run. Supernovas on a 7-1 run, and now all of a sudden, here come the Mojo. First timeout of this first set.
And I think that's going to be really common, especially early in the season, as teams figure out how it works with different players trying to feel each other out. I've been really impressed, though, with how both teams have hung in there. They give up a run, but then they come right back and get a run of their own. I think they both held their composure really well. I like how Sydney Hilly's mixing it up, using middles, using opposites. And I think Merritt Beeson here trying to do something really smart. She's trying to either roll it right over the block or get that touch soft back. That should be a coverable ball. As the season goes on, I think that ball's going to be covered. But this tonight wasn't quite there.
Former Badger gets the block, Grace Loberg. Set number 1 between Omaha and San Diego. 4-point lead for the Supernovas. Nunaville pounds it into the block. Brkocevic again. Solid block up there for the Mojo. And Kathy was there.
Brkocevic is too big of a blocker to pull it down and try to rip it in. You can see her reaching into that angle, Nuneviller is such a smart attacker. She has the shot to tool that off the outside hand of Brakocevic. She's going to find a lot more success doing that when she's hitting against a 6'5" outside hitter block like that.
Terrific set there, and Liao puts it down for the kill.
Here we see it again. Hilly right up at the net. That's a perfect pass. Liao getting up super quick, able to find that deep corner, hitting high, not pulling it down into the block.
The back row. Kill there by Tabron. Tabron, the former Buffalo. Colorado, drafted by the Mojo in the 3rd round last year.
And I think we should expect to see a lot of Tabron on offense tonight for San Diego. She was one of their main offensive attackers last year. She's obviously going to continue improving, so she's better this year than she was last year. They're going to go to her a lot.
Bumps it out to Beeson, swipes it right off the block. Not much she could do as it was very close to the net, but a smart touch there
yes,
by Beeson.
Really smart attack by Beeson. That was a tight set, and when you're bump setting, it's a little bit tough sometimes. Morgan Hentz putting it a little too tight. Beeson being very smart, just tooling it off the block with a soft touch tip.
You can see the block try to get their hands down too. They knew it was coming. Beeson a little too quick with the swipe off the block. Just wide on the tip. Smart try there by Sydney Hilly.
Yep, that defensive dig came up super fast on Sydney Hilly, and I think that was about all she could do to get to the ball and just try to play it over, and just was a little bit wide. Really good idea.
Nuneviller off the block with the kill.
And that's a shot that Brooke Nuneviller did every game last season, 2 years ago. She's known for being a really smart attacker. I think that kind of a shot against Brakocevic is going to get her a lot more success. I know it's hard for the crowd to maybe want to see harder swings sometimes, but that's such a smart shot when you've got a solid blocker who's tall. Find outside edges of hands and use them. It's a great shot.
Was the first kill for Nuneviller tonight. Brakocevic with the tip. Head steps in out of the back. D-ball set to Beeson was not down. That one off the top of the block, and point Mojo.
That's a nice swing by Tabron. I think Brooke Nuneviller was there behind Merritt Beeson, but when Merritt Beeson touched that ball, it went out of reach of Nuneviller. But a really good swing by Tabron. It's a tough ball. She hits it high off hands.
Wilhite Parsons with the kill. Got to remember, Wilhite Parsons. It's not just Wilhite anymore. It's been a while ago.
Names keep changing.
That's right. She's back in volleyball. Good to see her back. Just an outstanding, most experienced player on this roster. She's a mom now. In fact, they call her mom. Her teammates. Beeson off the block. Beeson with the kill. And the Novas one away. Here's set point.
Really nice transition play there by Omaha. I like it how they're moving the ball around the court. Sydney Hilly gets pulled forward on that defensive play, so she pushes it back to Merritt Beeson, just shifts the direction on the court constantly.
Overpass. Hilly with the swing, unless you wanted that one. Pounded by Tabron, not down. Bumps that right back to Tabron again. Good dig by Getzinger. Out of the back row, Beeson tried to go line. Ooh, what a swing out of the back row. Brakocevic again with the kill.
Nice swing by Brakocevic. She gets Janice Liao's head. I think it bounced off her forehead. That's a tough ball to block.
Back to service Tabron, set point number 2. Straight up. Into the net on Beeson. Tried to dig it out of the net, and her hands hit the bottom of the net. And Luca will take another timeout. Here's a good look at it. Yeah, she knew it right away.
Right play. She's there for it. She just has to get a little bit lower.
So Lucas LeMay with the timeout for the Supernovas. 24-22 here in this first set. Good crowd on hand tonight for the opener for the Supernovas. So good to see professional volleyball doing well in the States. You know, we even talked with Luke about how this has helped Sarah Parsons. Right? I mean, for so long she played overseas, and having a professional league at this level here in the States, terrific for her as she now has a family. Off the block, Loberg with the kill. And San Diego slowly getting back into this. We are now at fourth set point for the Supernovas.
There's some good patience there again. Merritt Beeson had a great swing on that back row attack, and San Diego just pops it up. Loberg with a really smart kill off the block.
Tough serve by Tabron. Sarah Parsons not down. Back to Loberg again. Good up, Dunaviller. Hilly pushes it out. Finished by Parsons. Set one goes to the Supernovas. Took them 4 set points to do it, but they get the win. Opener here in Omaha. Supernovas winners in set one.
Novas Nation, the rivalry is back. Join us on Friday, January 16th at the CHI Health Center as your Omaha Supernovas face off against the Atlanta Vibe for Educator Appreciation Night. See the return of former Supernovas head coach Laura Bird-Coon and Husker Olympian Kayla Banworth as 2 of MLV's best collide in another must-see showdown. Bring the noise, pack the house, and help make CHI the toughest place to play in professional volleyball. Get your tickets today at supernovas.com.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
Novas Nation, we're tipping our hats to the heart of Nebraska. Join us Sunday, January 18th at the CHI Health Center as your Omaha Supernovas face the Orlando Valkyries for Farmers Appreciation Night, featuring a Supernovas trucker hat giveaway to the first 5,000 fans. See Brooke Dunaviller and Sydney Hilly alongside local stars Merritt Beeson and Nora Sis as Omaha and Orlando clash in a battle of the last 2 MLV champions. Bring the noise, pack the house, and help make CHI the toughest place to play in professional volleyball. Get your tickets at supernovas.com.
Well, there is one of the co-owners and general manager of the Omaha Supernovas, John Cook. Horses are down in Arizona, probably a little snow near the Tetons, and he's enjoying it here in Omaha. Very instrumental in putting together this roster.
He was, and I think that comes from the experience he has in the game. He understands players not only technically how they perform, but also how they fit into a group, you know, what kind of personalities work together, that kind of stuff. I think it's a good fit for him. It's fun to see him back in the state too.
San Diego showed some fight early there in late there in set number 1. Supernovas trying to close it out. We'll see if they can carry that over here into set number 2. Venegas back out there at the libero for the Mojo. Vukocevic will start out in the back row, and serving is Tabron. Uncomfortable there for Hilly, who pushed it outside. Out of the back row, Tabron with some heat. On the slide, the tip, not quite down. The tip by Grote, swing wide, and point Mojo.
And that pickup on that tip by Parsons is an international level play. I love seeing that when blockers go up and the tip's going right over their head. I think in college the tendency is to let it fall because you hope your defense is there. Internationally, players are taught if it's close enough, you play that up and let someone else play second ball. That Parsons play is phenomenal move by her.
Boy, quick reaction there. Loberg sent it back over from off the net. Monserrat back row, Tabron again. And Tabron with the kill. But she brings the heat, especially on that pick.
She does. She has such a quick arm, and she's explosive going to this ball, and all that momentum carries through. She hits a really fast ball. Nunneviller's there, almost pops it up, just out of bounds over the net.
It's such a fast tempo, too, from Monserrat out of the back.
Yes, Monserrat runs a great tempo on that pipe ball.
Great up, overpass, put down. Grote with the kill.
And I think that's one of Monserrat's strengths, is she can run a quick offense. Alicia Childress is very familiar with a fast offense. She was part of the USA teams when they started running a faster offense, and so I think that's something we're going to see in San Diego while Alicia's coaching, is she's going to ask them to run that fast offense because it helps to split your block. It gives your hitters more seams to hit between, more open net when they're hitting. So offensively, if your attackers can get there quick enough, it's such an advantage as an attacker.
You played with her.
I did.
Yeah.
I liked playing with her. She had the same tempo when she was setting. It's just fun to hit off of.
Yeah. You ever look out here and think I could still do this?
Yeah, and then my brain reminds me, nope, you can't.
Overpass. Parsons puts it away.
Another smart play by Parsons there, going up on the overpass, not just going straight ahead, but turning it to the side, finding open court. It's a great play.
Sydney Hilly now will serve into the net. Parsons had 6 kills in the first set for the Supernovas, hit 214. Beeson, 18 swings, hit 111 with 5 kills. You can see they want to get Beeson going on that right side early.
And there are different philosophies when you talk about point scoring and offensive load.
Yeah.
Overseas, I think it's very common in international volleyball that you expect your right side player to kind of be the carrier for the team offensively. And I think we're seeing Luca's influence in that on the Supernova side, but I think we see the same thing with Vukocevic, that's what San Diego is looking for her to do as well. They want their opposites to carry a lot more of that load offensively. They're going to go to them a lot more often. They're going to try to find them in transition plays.
Yes, LeBay was even complimentary of his 2 right sides, saying they are outstanding defensively, something he's not used to seeing because typically the right side in the international level, they're bangers, right?
Yes, agreed. They're typically expected to be offensive.
Yep.
Defensive, it can slide a little bit, and most teams aren't concerned about that, but he was very complimentary. Said they both play good defense. They're solid defensive players, so it's not like an automatic given up point.
Short serve by Monserrat. Off the block goes Nunnevillar. Nunnevillar gets her 2nd kill on 9 swings.
I like Hilly going to Nunnevillar on that play because San Diego is serving Nunnevillar short, trying to take her out of the offense, thinking if she has to come short to pass, she can't hit. Nunnevillar's a quick player. She's able to pass, swing back out, and get an approach to attack, which doesn't take her out of the play. So I love it that Hilly uses her. It's kind of like letting San Diego know that's not going to work.
Tough serve by Loberg leads to the overpass. And Kayla Caffey with the kill.
That's a nice serve by Loberg. Omaha right now is just going to want to keep the ball a little bit further off the net. Hilly's a good enough setter. She doesn't need a perfect pass right at the net. She can set great tempo balls from 5-10 feet off.
Good example right there. Pulled her off the net a bit. Good in-tempo ball to Getzinger for the kill.
It's like they heard me.
Yep.
That's a good attack by Getzinger. I like it. Hilly, get off the net a little bit, but keep feeding your middle.
Beeson's serve is just long. Little smile from R1 as he looked into the, he said, yeah, just. And we're seeing the Bolt 6 on the screen above, and it was maybe 2 inches?
It was
2 inches long?
It was really close.
Swiped into the block, sit back, good cover there. Nunaviller another try. Same thing, but Tabron is there, then out of the back row, not down. And the middle, Getzinger got a piece of it. Another chance for Nunaviller in the rally. Fourth swing for Nunaviller in this rally. They'll go to Beeson on the D-ball, off the block. And Merritt Beeson on the D-ball puts it away.
Brooke Nunaviller doing such a nice job in that rally, tooling in different places. She's trying to go outside hands. She's trying to tip over short. She makes a lot of nice adjustments, but Merritt Beeson coming back and doing a great job hitting outside hands, tooling the block out of bounds.
Great rally. Good block touch. Right back to Parsons again. Great up by Hintz. Into the net. Called on the Mojo point. Supernovas.
Another good rally. Again, we're seeing such good defensive plays on both sides. Morgan Hentz is a defensive stalwart. She is going to make so many of those plays for Omaha that extends rallies, gives her team one more chance on offense.
Tabron not down. Get another opportunity, then into the net. Tried to two-hand it right on the line. Came down right on top of the net. Point for Omaha.
It's almost like entrapment, right? You dig the ball right on top of the net.
That's right.
But again, we saw defense from the right side in Omaha.
Kochevich not down. Loberg tried to keep it alive, but Getzinger gets the kill.
Really nice patience there offensively from Omaha. Again, getting some nice digs, keeping the play going, having some smart shots, and Getzinger able to put it away.
Tip was down to the kill by Kochevich. Slow to get up there is Parsons. Grab the ankle. Another look. Yeah, stepped on Getzinger's foot. Turned it a bit.
That's the tough part with a fast offense. When you're blocking, your motion carries you a lot of times, and Getzinger's motion just carried her underneath Parsons. And that was one thing Lucas Slave was talking about, that they're focusing on is strength in one leg, because so much of the game ends up being played on one leg when you're moving side to side like that.
Parsons comes right back and gets the roll shot off the block and the kill.
Just a veteran move. She's not slowing down. She's not showing the roll shot early, but goes up, takes a little bit off of it, just rolls it right over the block.
Yeah, Slave had known Parsons for quite a while, so didn't even know she really still wanted to play. Found out late that she was still interested in playing, and what a fantastic addition to this roster for the Supernovas. Monserrat on second touch gets the kill.
Monserrat's not the tallest setter, but she's so dangerous when the pass comes fast and a little bit lower like that. It's not a high arcing pass, it just comes in kind of fast. She's able to go up and just turn that direction down so quickly.
Tough serve. Puts the Novas out of system. Good dig by Loberg, back row. Great hustle by Hintz. Wow, what an up. Oh, what an answer. Brkocevic with the kill out of the back row.
Such a nice cross-court swing. After Morgan Hintz pops this ball up that we see again, Sarah Parsons comes up to the net and just sets it just over the net. Got San Diego completely out of system, but Brkocevic able to find an angle on that back row attack.
Tabor serving tough. And that will be down and gets the Supernovas out of that rotation with Tabor serving. Served him right back into it at 11-all. Good swing and a kill. Loberg right through the block. The 6'3" outside hitter out of Geneva. Illinois. Not the international city. Good tempo. Kill by Liao.
Great tempo there. Started out with a good pass to start the play, but Liao going up. She has two blockers. The left front jumps into block on that, and she does a great job turning the ball to get around that block, not just hitting straight ahead of her. A really nice turn on the attack.
Supernovas hitting 325 in the match to 328 for the Mojo. And Monserrat now back to serve. And that middle again, and Liao delivered. She's been effective.
She has been effective, and I think she's most effective when Hilly gets pulled off the net just a little because the block is a little bit late getting there. She finds the hole in the block and is able to rattle it through. But Liao does such a nice job keeping that ball high when she's attacking, not bringing it down.
Kayla Caffey gets the kill.
Kayla Caffey just going up, being available for Monserrat there when she's setting. Just the fast tip throw over, and it catches Omaha off guard, unable to dig it.
Not down. With great up. And the kill for Nutteviller, and the assist for Sydney Hilly. Her 700th career assist professionally for Sydney Hilly.
Here we see the transition. Venegas doing such a nice job getting under that ball. San Diego transitioning out of system.
And what a swing by Brkocevic right inside the block. What a tough angle.
That is such a dirty angle. It's fun to see how she attacks because that's just such a tough angle. She's coming into the ball. That's one thing that Luca mentioned when we were talking about blocking. He said most of the time attackers attack where the ball carries them. And I think that last attack by Brkocevic is a perfect example. The ball's short. She's diving in to try to attack it. She hits straight ahead of where she's going. So the challenge is for the other team's block, in this case Omaha, to see that ball short. She's diving in. We've got to dive in further. We have to get inside of that ball.
16-14, San Diego on top in set number 2. Supernovas lead it 1-0.
Okay. All right.
16-14 the score. Mojo on top there is first-year head coach Alicia Childress for the Mojo. Alicia Glass Childress, formerly. Outstanding setter in her career.
Yes, Alicia had an amazing career, both in college at Penn State, but then also professionally. She's coached in a bunch of different places. Notably, she won a national championship with Stanford. She just finished her first head coaching gig with AU, and now to take over the San Diego team. And I think you can see her influence on the team in how Marley Monserrat is running the offense. I think Alicia sees the court so well as a former player, as a setter. She has the perspective, and I think you can see how San Diego is playing in her influence on that.
Nunaville would tip out of the back row. It's down, and Nunaville with another kill.
Here we see Nunaville coming out of the back row. It's a back set from Sydney Hilly as she's moving forward. Again, changing directions on that. Brooke being so smart, seeing the openings on the court around that block.
Getzinger off the block. And the Supernovas back in the lead, 17-16.
We've seen Getzinger several times now go behind the setter, and she's been hitting to different areas of the court. That one was more towards one shallow. She's hit deep down the seam of the block. She's hit more towards the line side of middle back. So she's really doing a nice job moving that ball around. That keeps the block honest. They can't just commit in one spot.
Great swing down the line on the kill by Tabron. Set pulled her inside. She takes it back across her body, outside the block, down the line for the kill.
So for a right-hander on the outside, it's easier to turn an inside ball back to the line, as opposed to Drakocevic, when she's on the right side and the set is inside, it's hard to get into that ball and turn it back down the line. So for Tabron, that's a really nice shot, a really nice turn on that inside ball.
Could give Tabron one and up right there to keep it alive. Monserrat on the slide. Grote got the kill. Boy, good rally there for the Mojo.
Here we're going to see it again. We see Monserrat feeding that ball back to Grote. Parsons just gets too far past and she can't get back inside. She needs to stop a little bit shorter so that she's in front of that ball, and then she can make that dive in to take away that cross-court angle.
Jump serve by Drakocevic. One-handed set. Pounded off the block, and the kill by Parsons.
Those are just really nice touches all around the court on that. Really nice handling of that serve. Passes a little bit tight. Sydney Hilly goes up, gets a great set touch, and Parsons finishing with a block touch, using the block out of bounds.
Tough serve. Leads to the Parsons kill.
When they can set Parsons fast, I like that tempo for her. I think she gets to the ball quickly and she's able to find more success on a quicker tempo set like that because the block is still chasing.
There is your look at bolt six. Just wide, and the ace. Boy, Getzinger serving some dimes right now. She has been tough at the service line. And even when not getting the ace, putting the Mojo out of system. Kind of that flat, no rotation, has a lot of movement on that serve.
Yes, and as a server, that's their goal right now, is to hit that ball flat And it can move a lot based on how you attack the ball, but it's not your hand spinning it, it's your hand popping the ball so that it floats back and forth, and that's where they're gonna get the movement from. But that flat serve is a lot harder for serve receivers to read if it's gonna go long, carry out, drop in. So as long as you keep it flat, that's always a good goal for servers, is to try not to serve above the level of the top of the antenna. They want to keep it between the top of the antenna and the top of the net.
San Diego took the timeout. This has been a back and forth set, 10 ties, 4 lead changes in, what is that? In this set alone.
We have fans just having fun with it, enjoying the music. The energy in here has been really good tonight, too. It's been fun to see the Omaha crowd come back out. They're ready for another season. They're ready to support this team. They've got great energy tonight again.
2018, Getzinger back to serve.
Service ball, Mojo. Serving number 31, Tabor.
Tough serve by Tabron and the ace. What a great timeout by Alicia Childress. San Diego back-to-back points, and we're knotted at 20 here in set 2.
Tabron does such a nice job tossing that ball out in front of her, so she's attacking down on the ball when she serves that ball. It's got a great trajectory on it. Morgan Hens is one of the best liberos in the game, and she's struggling because Tabron is serving so well.
Timeout taken by the Supernovas. Lucas LeBay takes the timeout. This series is owned by Omaha, 7-1 all time. Supernovas have won 7 in a row in the battle between the Mojo and the Supernovas. You see the hitting percentages significantly improved in set 2 by San Diego.
Yes, and I think by both teams, honestly. Omaha also wasn't hitting great in the first set, but I think that's first game jitters. Some of that we talked about earlier, getting used to each other, getting used to tempos, and then they kind of settled in for set 2, so it's good to see those hitting percentages come up.
And a good timeout by the Supernovas as that's wide. Check that series, 5-4. Supernovas own the series over the Mojo, 5-4. Hilly now to serve, Omaha up by 1. Monserrat pushes on the slide to Groth. The block is there, and Parsons.
And that's a great blocking move by Parsons. She is in front of that ball when she starts her move. That ball is too tight. There's nothing Groth can do with that, and she makes the mistake of trying to rip it, and Parsons is all over it.
That's pounded into the block, not down by Loberg. She'll get another chance to roll it over. Pass by Hintz. Loberg another chance. Into the block. And it leads to the kill after the long rally. Supernovas 2-point lead.
Some really nice blocking moves there by the Omaha Supernovas on both pins, moving back and forth, but just getting over the net, sealing in your position.
And we have a challenge by Coach Childress.
It's going to be a Rid Valley challenge, yeah. San Diego is challenging that there was a net fault earlier in the rally.
So Coach Childress believes that she saw a net violation or a net fault on the Supernovas. So they'll go back and take a look at it. And these are the challenge protocols. Each gets 2 per set. If you're right, you keep it, so you retain your challenge. You can challenge during a play or on that last action of the rally. Foot fault, block touch, net fault, you see them there. Antenna floor and last touch.
And the Bolt 6 really helps the pace of the game keep going because there's no challenging in or out. It's all mechanical, it's all technological. They know the call every single time, good or bad. So it takes away the second guesswork of, well, was it close enough that it touched? Did the ball actually touch the line? Did it not bounce hard enough where it didn't touch the line? So it helps the game keep moving by limiting what can be challenged.
And challenge unsuccessful, so the point will stay with the Supernovas. And now the Supernovas on a 3-0 run and 2 away from going up 2-0. Kokocevic says, not just yet. Good swing and a kill from that left pin. Check that was Loberg on the kill. Kept up, and they're going to say now it was down. Kokocevic dove for it. Did not get the hand completely underneath it. She thought maybe she did, and I think Tabron talked her out of it. Tabron was right there looking at it and saw and said, no, it did hit the floor.
I mean, if you believe it, you got to sell it, right?
Yeah, that's right. So here we are, first set point for Omaha in set number 2. Down to the swing by Kokocevic. Off of the block. Nutteviller with the kill. And the Novas take set number 2. They are lighting them up here in Omaha. It's a 2-0 Supernovas lead. Looking for the sweep on opening night for Omaha in the MLV.
Novas Nation, the rivalry is back. Join us on Friday, January 16th at the CHI Health Center as your Omaha Supernovas face off against the Atlanta Vibe for Educator Appreciation Night. See the return of former Supernovas head coach Laura Bird-Coon and Husker Olympian Kayla Banward as 2 of MLV's best collide in another must-see showdown. Bring the noise, pack the house, and help make CHI the toughest place to play in professional volleyball. Get your tickets today at supernovas.com.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
Novas Nation, we're tipping our hats to the heart of Nebraska. Join us Sunday, January 18th at the CHI Health Center as your Omaha Supernovas face the Orlando Valkyries for Farmers Appreciation Night, featuring a Supernovas trucker hat giveaway to the first 5,000 fans. See Brooke Nunneviller and Sydney Hilly alongside local stars Merritt Beeson and Nora Sis as Omaha and Orlando clash in a battle of the last 2 MLV champions. Bring the noise, pack the house, and help make CHI the toughest place to play in professional volleyball. Get your tickets at supernovas.com.
There's not a man that I fear. There's nobody here that can stop me. Cause I'm in a league of my own, kid. Y'all can just sit back and watch me. You cannot handle this. I don't think you can picture the damages. All I want is gonna be in first place. You gon' need first date. Think you need bandages. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable.
Back here at intermission after set number 2. Numbers favoring the Supernovas, and so does the scoreboard. They're on top 2-0. Supernovas hit 239 in the first 2 sets to 169 for the Mojo. Both teams significantly improved in set number 2, both with 37 dicks. And you see the rest of the numbers as the Supernovas with 33 kills to the Mojo's 25. Well, the Supernovas made off-season waves, bringing in John Cook as co-owner and general manager for the team. In fact, the last time we saw him, he was riding off into the sunset, but now we have some catching up to do with the new general manager of the Supernovas. And now it's time to let John cook. You remember this bit? Let John cook.
Oh, that's right, yeah. We're doing that?
We're doing it.
Awesome.
What do you think? So tell us what's your assessment here of sets 1 and 2?
Well, I think the Novas were a little tight coming out, and but they kind of worked through it, and I thought they played great at the end games, at the end of those first 2 games. And I'd like to see them serve a little bit tougher, but it looks like they're starting to get a little bit of a rhythm, but you know, they haven't trained that much, all these teams, right. And so it's going to take a while, but they play some really good defense, so I love that.
What's this like for you, being back in it? I mean, it feels like you have never really been gone, but, you know, you're back in it a little bit.
I mean, I got nervous. I've been nervous all day, and I started at 6:30 this morning on Channel 6 Omaha TV station in the morning news, and I've been going all day doing interviews, which has been really cool. People are just really excited. I'm really, it's until you're around this supernova phenomenon, kind of, you don't realize how big it is. But it's, I mean, everybody knows about it. Everybody knows the players. I mean, it's everywhere you go. I get mobbed in the Hilton over here. It's pretty cool. It's like second half of Nebraska volleyball is in the spring now. It's like we got something to do. And I mean, look at this crowd tonight. It's Thursday night with rain.
Everybody's wearing merch too.
Yeah,
I see you got your. I mean, everybody has merch all around town. It's like, this is a big deal right now.
I know.
It's great.
I know. Yeah. So it's. I mean, people love volleyball in Nebraska, but you know, I've been really, really impressed with their organization, Luca, the staff, just how they do things professionally. I mean, look who they're honoring tonight. Yeah. I think Terrence Crawford's going to get honored later on. I'm fired up about that one. So, but I mean, it's just they make this. It's not just about the volleyball. There's all these connections that they bring in, and they do a really, really good job.
Speaking of Luca, how did you get him here?
So I've known Luca probably for 20 years, been in the gym with him, done clinics with him. I actually interviewed him way back, but he couldn't get his, he was still struggling with his green card. Wow. So he had to go back to Slovenia. He couldn't stay here. He was at BYU, so he had like a student green card, but to get employed, you know, you have to go back and then come back. And it's just, so it just didn't work out. And we've always stayed in touch. And then he hired one of our grad assistants at North Carolina State. So connected with him then about Jeremiah, and he went and did a great job for Luca. And I've been in the USA gym with him, and I think he's a world-class coach. And you know, you look at him, he was a hell of a player. He was MVP of the Junior World Championships on a team that finished 4th. Wow. And look at him. I mean, he's not like, you know, he's not like a freak volleyball player. He just, you know, like somebody pulled out of the crowd, you know?
That's right.
But just think about, you know, what a competitor he is, and how much he's had to play with his mind. I mean, when being smart.
Right.
What has your focus been when you come on as general manager? Like, what do you think the biggest challenge has been for you?
The agents. Did you have an agent?
I did.
You should have done your own. Or let Jason do your agent.
I say Jason did most of it.
Agents. That's the challenge.
Because there's a lot of similarities with college, but it's a professional world, so it is different.
Yes, and it's, you know, those agents' job is to get their players the best deal possible. Yep. And, you know, there's some agents I really respect because they're trying to place their players in the right situation and still get a good salary instead of just taking the highest bid.
Right.
And I really think that's important for some of these guys to be in a place where they're going to be comfortable, like Merritt. Merritt, this is home for her. So I think she's going to blossom and be happy and feel good about things. And so I respect those agents that think about that. But other than that, it's, last few years in Nebraska volleyball, now you're pretty much half the time you're a general manager with everything going on. So that part was just
one more
continuation.
Yeah.
Hey, you've done a nice job of color commentary. You want to stick around and do some here in the next set?
Sure.
Hang out with us. All right, we'll be back.
Larry,
Coach will join us when we come back.
Okay.
Stay with us.
Hi.
Hey. Okay. All right. All right.
Back at the CHI Health Center in Omaha, the Mojo trailing the Supernovas 2-0 as we come out of intermission. Supernovas looking for a sweep on opening night here in the MLV, taking on the Mojo. Joined by the general manager, former longtime 25-year coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, John Cook. Boy, Merritt's been getting her opportunities tonight. Nancy and I talked about it a little bit. Internationally, your opposite can be your thumper, right?
Yes.
Go after it. And they're maybe looking at her in that way.
Yeah, and a lot of those sets in game one were from the libero Morgan, because they were out of system, so they, instead of always throwing it the left side, they throw it to her, whether she's front row or back row. And Nancy knows what that's all about.
That's right.
That's how I made my living.
I know, the more the better.
I mean, as an opposite, we love it.
Yeah.
Yes, please. We'd love to get the ball more.
So here's Sydney Hillian out to serve. But maybe a little bit about your role, Coach, in getting Merritt Beeson here to Nebraska, because #1 overall pick, by all accounts, had a great year last year with the Atlanta Vibe, and she comes back here to Nebraska.
Yeah, so when we put this team together, we had two things that were really important: culture and who would the fans relate to. And Merritt kind of hinted around that, I said, Merritt, do you still want to play? Because, I mean, last year was kind of a struggle for her. And so she said yes. And I said, well, you want to be a Nova because we're going to go after you. And that was it. And talked to her agent. We got the deal done. That was one of the quickest deals we got completed. And I just think, because you got to remember the story is I told her, do not go to Atlanta. I said, you need to go to Omaha. You need to be in a place where you're going to be taken care of and comfortable. And now she admits that she should have listened. Right, Nancy? They always
sometimes we don't want to admit it right away.
I know. They always come back and say, you're right, Coach.
They do. But I agree. I think this is a great fit for Merritt. Culturally, being in Nebraska, this is just a good place for her to be. So I'm really happy to see her back here.
Yeah, and the other thing is I think Luca is really going to help her as a coach. I mean, she likes to be coached. She wants to be coached. And, you know, he's really good. And, you know, I think that's really going to help her and help her feel good about herself.
Good run in the middle. Nice cover by Parsons. Beeson with the swing, not down. Overpass.
Wow, the Stern setters.
The Mojo with the point. Monserrat. And I think the other thing about it is, you know, Madden probably needed to have her favorite player be
oh yeah
on the Supernovas, right? Your granddaughter Madden, obviously, she's always merit when you play volleyball in the living room.
Yep, she always is. And she called me a couple hours ago and said, you know, tell Merritt I miss her. And so she was pumped up today.
Good swing to the middle.
I want to ask Nancy a question because I know how I felt today. So Nancy, for you, playing all the years you played, and you played internationally, and this is an international type deal, how does it feel for you when you come down and get to announce these? I mean, do you get emotions and do you get the feelings and memories?
I still get like the goosebumps and the excitement of the match when it's starting. Like, I want to be part of it. I feel like I want to be playing, and I know my body can't do that anymore.
No.
But I still love just the feeling of that excitement when the match is coming up and trying to get your best foot forward, being ready to play. And I see the girls warming up. It's like, oh, I love it for them. I love it that they have the opportunity to do this here.
Yeah.
I mean, you helped me with so much going through getting into overseas volleyball. But to have had the chance to do it here would have been a dream come true.
Yeah, that would be my second question, is how cool would this have been?
I'm so excited for these players, just to have the opportunity to be in the United States, playing professionally, have family here or nearby that they can come see matches easily. I mean, it's such a cool thing to see how volleyball has exploded, just in popularity, in access, teams available.
Big buck on the right side. Beeson.
There she is.
Same question for you, Coach. Do you miss it, or does this scratch the itch?
No, I miss it, and I know exactly what Nancy's talking about. I had goosebumps today. I had nerves, with excitement, and I'm like, I wanted to go sit over there on that bench. You know, I wanted to go out and, you know, high five the girls and pump them up and
pepper a little bit before the game. I don't know.
But Larry, Nancy makes a great point, and you know what I remember. Nancy was playing in Japan, and she sent a picture of her ankle. You remember that?
Oh, I do.
And they shot her up, and she went and played.
Wow.
And
so
I'm like, this is, you'd get fired in college volleyball for that.
Well, and I mean, it's international volleyball. Like so Jenny Langping was a USA coach when I played, who was from China, who was the star of the volleyball world when she was playing.
Yeah.
And she told stories of how players on her team, they would literally like break their ankle and they would shoot them up so you couldn't feel it, tape it up, and send them right back out. And as Americans, we're like, what in the, no way. Like, we would never do that. But in Japan, I broke my ankle the second to last match of the year. And our team had to win the last match to be able to move up a division the following season. So it was a very important match for our team. And we had, I think, 2 weeks between both matches. And we did rehab, we did therapy. I mean, I was doing therapy where they stick needles in you, acupuncture.
Wow.
We were doing everything, and I couldn't put weight on it. And the day of the match, they looked at me, they're like, can you play? And I was like, yep, like, this is what I'm here for.
Wow.
And at that point, I felt like it was probably my last season, because I'd had a really long career, and I loved all the opportunities I had. But between Jason and I, we talked, and we were ready to move into more regular life, I think. And so they said, can you put weight on it? I'm like, nope. So they got out the medicine, and they shot it up. I literally couldn't feel my left foot the entire match. They taped it up super tight. And I was thankful that it was my left foot, because for a left-hander, your right foot takes all the weight when you stop yourself to jump up and explode up to attack. And I said, if it was my left foot, I would have like fallen face first into the net every time I tried to jump to attack. But it was my right foot, so I could just kind of skip hop over it. I felt like I was jumping like normal.
Wow.
And then I saw video after the match. I'm like, no, I wasn't jumping like normal.
Well, another testimonial as to why this is so important to have this opportunity. And it's so good to see it supported here in Omaha. And it's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
The expansion next year obviously will be great for the league.
Yeah. And have you guys talked about that expansion? I mean, 3 great teams, all professional owners who already own sports teams, from NBA to
Yeah, why don't you give your
NHL?
perspective? DC is, maybe talk a little bit about that, Coach.
So the 3 new teams coming in, Northern California, that guy, the owner who's going to run it and own it, owns the Sacramento Kings. So he knows how to run a pro team. The guy in Minnesota owns the Minnesota Wild hockey team. And then the owner in Washington, D.C. owns the pro soccer team there. So it's a
big block on that left side.
There's a serious commitment being made by people who know how to run pro teams. And so I just think it's only going to elevate this league.
Yep.
Well, and I love the messaging that sends, because most of those teams are men's sports teams, and it's people who are in the men's sports world saying, we see how valuable women's sports are and we want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And I love the message that sends.
Yeah.
Both to current players, but also to younger girls who are still coming up through and thinking, maybe someday I could do that.
Hilly back out to Parsons, and Parsons tools the block. Good swing. Good to see Wilhite Parsons back in the game.
Yeah, and she, she wasn't sure. She wasn't sure when she wanted to play. And this is her showing her experience right here. That's a veteran shot right there, isn't it, Nancy? And she's played a lot of years, and but she had a baby, and she's coming back from it. And I think you're going to see her get better and better as the season goes on.
Great swing there by Prokocevic.
And we said that several times tonight about Parsons. She's made shots or made defensive plays or made blocking moves. On one ball, she was up to block and reach back and played a ball overhead when they tipped it over. And I said, those are international level plays.
Yeah.
And so I feel like for her experience, yes, that helps the team when she makes the plays. But being around some of these girls who are younger, she's also showing them how to make it at the next level, like what plays to make. And so they're learning from her, which is great experience for some of these younger players, too.
So it looks like San Diego's kind of got Hayden Kubik in.
Yeah.
They've just put in the other setter.
They got Morgan Lewis in the front row for opposite.
So she's kind of playing everybody, which might be good first match. And
yep. Carly Graham in there at setter out of Rice.
Elise is, I'm very impressed with her. Have been. And she didn't play last year.
Right.
She's a biochemistry major and just graduated a couple weeks ago. So, but I like her serve. She's feisty.
This is the inside info we don't get because
That's
we're not
right.
around the team in the off-court moments.
But she's been impressive from the service line all night as well.
She's got a really good arm. I mean, she's hit some really good balls. And it's a good group of middles, and she found a way to be a starter.
Well, when the team voted on different personalities of players, she voted for herself as the most energetic.
There you go. Told you she's feisty.
Also confident.
Yeah.
Swing in the middle of the kill by Liao. And Achilles done a nice job with her middles tonight.
Yeah, Janice Liao is somebody also who, we played Miami in the tournament my last year, and she didn't play much that year, and she didn't play against us. But Luca had seen her in the ACC at Miami because he was coaching at North Carolina State, and he wanted to draft her. And she's had some injury issues, but she's, knock on wood, she's doing really, really well.
Supernovas in control here in set 3, up 15-9. Kill by Loberg from the left pin.
Larry, you have to excuse me because I've got to go hang out with Terrence Brudcoffer, the world champion. So I like you guys.
We're getting ditched.
I'll be right back.
Good to have Coach John Cook with us. We were saying goodbye to him anyway. I have to say hello to him.
Just have to go talk to the world champion boxer over there, my buddy.
Cook is a famous name dropper, there is no doubt. Let's see if that is the 16th point, and we're going to break, and we are. 16-10. Novas with the lead here in set 3. John Cook's coming your way, champ. Well, video evidence. Champ, I'm John Cook. Pleasure to meet you. Who are you? I'm the coach, Nebraska volleyball, 25 years. Oh, great.
I'm sure that's exactly how that conversation went.
All right, it is 15-11. The last point was challenged and it was overturned. Point for the Mojo. And some confusion on the San Diego side will lead to an Omaha point. And we will have a timeout now at 16. And there is, Caffey was going to take it. Graham was there. A little confusion. Point for Omaha.
Tonight, the Omaha Supernovas are proud to recognize a champion.
He had to introduce himself before he presents
That's right.
Bud Crawford with the jersey.
He is presenting the Supernovas uniform to the champ, Terrence Bud Crawford. Undefeated, undisputed, multiple-time champ from right here in Omaha. Just recently retired.
And he's been a really good supporter of women's volleyball as well. The last couple seasons he's been at multiple matches. He's here helping raise support for the sport, for the team. So it's really nice to see the team honoring him for what he's accomplished, but also as a way of thanking him, I think, for what he's given back to help this team be successful too.
No doubt. Round of applause for the champ, Terrence Bud Crawford. Well, good night so far in her first return to Nebraska for Merritt Beeson. Merritt, of course, from Gardendale, Alabama, played at Florida, transferred to Nebraska, fan favorite. And she has 7 kills, hitting 160 to go with 7 digs on the night.
Yep, we can see here Merritt has done a really nice job of working that ball around. They're asking a lot of her on offense. They're going to her significantly more than I think some teams do. But Merritt's doing a really nice job finding high hands, mixing in tips and roll shots, I think being a really well-rounded offensive player helps keep the defense off balance and doesn't make her so predictable.
Parsons to serve. Swing, but not down there by Lewis. Now in the game. Loberg off the top of the block. And Grace Loberg gets the kill.
It's a really nice transition play there. Carly Graham just popping the ball up overhand with her hands. Someone else has to step in to set, and Loberg does a nice job of just hitting high and deep hands.
Morgan Lewis now to serve. And that serve is long. Lewis played collegiately at Oregon. Omaha by 5 here in set 3, and into the game for the Supernovas comes a fan favorite, Omaha's own Nora Sis-Tabrock.
And the crowd showing her love. Excited to see her back on the court in Omaha.
Of course, Sis-Tabrock played at Creighton, was outstanding for the Blue Jays. Right through the block goes Grace Loberg. Now back to serve is Loberg. Ran the middle, Getzinger off the top of the block. And Elise Getzinger with the kill. Priority signing number 1 right there, according to Luca Slave.
Getzinger's been effective for Omaha. She's getting some good block touches, but offensively, I think she's done a really nice job. Serving, she's done a really nice job behind the service line for Omaha as well.
Right into the block, but off the block. And a kill. Kubik. Formerly committed to Nebraska, then switched her commitment and played at Tennessee. Had an outstanding career for the Volunteers. did Hayden Kubik, originally from West Des Moines, Iowa.
Whoop, whoop. Iowa girls.
They play volleyball over there, especially up in the northeast part of the state, or northwest part of the state.
Good catch.
Thanks. Good line shot, another kill. There is Parsons. Now, you mentioned how effective Getzinger has been tonight. Getzinger, 5 kills, 9 swings, hitting .444. Parsons now all the way up to 17 kills. Kubik. Great dig by Nunaviller. Tip is not down. Great pancake up. Hilly, back row, Nunaviller. Boy, great swing by Nunaviller. Right around the block.
Such a nice turn there by Brooke Nunaviller. Merritt Beeson comes up to try to play that tip, and so she's out of back row attack, so 2 blockers are waiting for Brooke Nunaviller. She does a great job turning it inside that block back towards zone 1 at right back.
Mojo takes the timeout. They trail 21-14, Omaha 4 away from a sweep on opening night here in Omaha.
And Sarah Parsons is having a great night offensively for Omaha as well. She's been scoring a lot of points. I feel like a lot of hers have felt quiet. She's scoring and she's leading the team, but I don't think it's been noticeable. It was a little bit surprising to me because she just quietly gets her job done.
Yeah.
The ultimate professional, but just out there just making plays and timing it well, dropping tips in when she needs to. And then you look at the score sheet, you're like, wow, she's got a lot of points already.
17 kills from Parsons. Here's a look. This is what you're talking about.
Yes, just finds a way, finds an opening, drops a tip. And she's gotten in on the blocking too. She's had a really nice job blocking tonight.
Supernovas picked to finish second in the league in the pre-season. They were the initial champions in the PVL. There's the numbers on Parsons, hitting .359. Tough serve there by Nunaviller. Hilly, Nunaviller out of the back row. Wilberg with the bump set, not down. On the slide, right down the line, Getzinger. She's hitting near 500 on the night.
Getzinger is so fast with her arm on that side. She gets up and just cuts it around this block, and it's just a whip of an arm going deep line. Shara Venegas doesn't have an angle to dig that ball. It's a great swing.
Back out to Kubik. Kubik powered that through the block. Good swing and a kill by Hayden Kubik. Younger sister of Maddie Kubik, who played at Nebraska. Had a terrific career for the Huskers. And was the 3rd overall pick in the MLV draft. They'll go right back to Getzinger. She'll deliver this time.
And there's Getzinger again, working different angles. Hit the last one down the line. That time she gets the outside blocker jumping out with her. She cuts it back between the block down to the deep corner. So smart as an attacker to keep moving to different shots in different parts of the court.
Right at 500 is Getzinger. Aggressive swing by Morgan Lewis, not down. Parsons, did she find the back line? Nope, a little long. Mojo point. And we're gonna have a challenge. Bolt 6 system will figure it out very quickly. 23-16. Omaha with the lead. They lead at 2-0.
Coaches can use challenges as little mini timeouts too.
Yeah.
Just gives them a chance to take a breath.
Yep.
Stop for a beat. They're challenging touch here on the block.
Didn't see a finger move there. They went right over Hayden Kubik. We'll have a few more views of it on the Bolt 6 system. And there was no touch. Point stays with the Mojo. And you can see there on the Bolt 6 look, no touch. And now Kubik to serve. Outside the antenna. Match point for Omaha. Supernovas looking for the sweep on opening night. And the crowd on their feet in Omaha. Sydney Hilly to serve for it. There was no touch. Swing was long. Point Omaha and match to the Supernovas as they open up the 2025 season. They get 2026 now season with the win and the sweep over the Mojo.
It's a good home opener for Omaha. I think, like Coach Hook mentioned, I think both teams came out trying to figure it out in the first set. It was a little bit shaky, but they settled in. Good home opener for Omaha to come out and just get a sweep, stay solid throughout the match, figure it out, get it cleaned up, and just play well for the last two sets.
Supernovas now 22-7 all-time at home, 2-1 in season openers, and they start off 2026 with a win at home to open up the season.
Novas Nation, we're tipping our hats to the heart of Nebraska. Join us Sunday, January 18th at the CHI Health Center as your Omaha Supernovas face the Orlando Valkyries for Farmers Appreciation Night, featuring a Supernovas trucker hat giveaway to the first 5,000 fans. See Brooke Dunaviller and Sydney Hilly alongside local stars Merritt Beeson and Nora Sis as Omaha and Orlando clash in a battle of the last two MLV champions. Bring the noise, pack the house, and help make CHI the toughest place to play in professional volleyball. Get your tickets at supernovas.com.
There's not a man that I fear. There's nobody here that can stop me. Cause I'm in a league of my own, kid. Y'all can just sit back and watch me. You cannot handle this. I don't think you can picture the damages. I don't want it's gonna be a first place. You gon' need first date. Think you need bandages. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable.
Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
Novas Nation, the rivalry is back. Join us on Friday, January 16th at the CHI Health Center as your Omaha Supernovas face off against the Atlanta Vibe for Educator Appreciation Night. See the return of former Supernovas head coach Laura Bird-Coon and Husker Olympian Kayla Banworth as two of MLV's best collide in another must-see showdown. Bring the noise, pack the house, and help make CHI the toughest place to play in professional volleyball. Get your tickets today at supernovas.com.
Here in Omaha, Supernovas winners in the home opener tonight by a sweep 25-16 in set number 3. Pleased to be joined now by the coach of the Supernovas, Luca Slabe. Luca, takeaways from, obviously it's a win, but I'm sure you have things you want to work on. So overall, what were your takeaways here?
Yeah, the first one is in the books, and it's a win, and it's in front of our home crowd. Those are for sure boxes we checked tonight. But as a coach and as analytical as our staff is, it's good to know where we are, and we have a lot of work to do in every part of the game. They definitely expose us in a couple situations that we had harder time to adjust. But it's great that we got that the very first match. Now we can go back to work and travel to Columbus and hopefully show a little bit cleaner game.
Luca, I know you've talked about things you've been focusing on with the team. What was something that stood out to you tonight that maybe you were pleasantly surprised by, or just something that you expected but appreciated that your team did that you have been working on?
Like usually when you play matches like this, first match of the season, or importance of the match is significant, usually your block defense kind of usually shows lack of discipline, and it can fall apart. I think we did pretty good job there, and I think that helped us hold San Diego back a little bit. Otherwise, I think we might even lost our offensive battle. Looking at the numbers, we got to study that a little bit more. But block and defense, even though usually they don't win matches for you, it's offense and serving, definitely helped kind of slow down their big guns and help us to turn a little bit more in transition. So I would say our block and defense, I would say, and a pretty good discipline there, but still a lot of work to do in that area of the game as well.
Look, we had a great conversation with you in preparation for this match yesterday, chatting with you. Now, I just got to ask you, did you have fun tonight?
Man, I always have fun, you know. I don't know, I hear nothing. All I see is, you know, my staff, my players, volleyball court. I really don't see any. I don't even know where my family sits, nothing. It's always fun. I probably look intense and worried, but I just enjoy my work and my lifestyle. And yeah, I enjoy every time in the gym and doing something that has to do with volleyball.
Luca, great to have you in Omaha.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on your first win.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Appreciate Luca joining us as the Supernovas move to 1-0 on the year. Merritt Beeson back in Nebraska, John Cook the GM, and the Supernovas off to a great start. We are joined now by Sarah Wilhite Parsons. Sarah, tonight, 17 kills. That is a franchise record in a 3-set match in your first time in a Supernovas uniform. How's that feel?
Honestly, I wasn't even aware of it, so I think it's yeah, I'm honored. I mean, it was a team effort for sure. I was getting a lot of really, really good balls, and yeah.
Sarah, what has your focus been coming in? You have the most experience on this team, especially at high-level competition. What's your focus been as you try to kind of become part of this group and find your spot? What are you focusing on?
I'm really just focusing on the people around me, being a good teammate, and just helping in any way I can. I want to make those around me better, and that's my focus. And I do have a lot of experience, but I'm also new to playing in the States, and so it's a new style of volleyball for me, and I'm just, yeah, grateful to be where my feet are right now.
Kiara Reinhardt called you the mom of the team. Are you enjoying that role?
I am. I'm a mom of the team. I'm the oldest, but I also have a almost 1-year-old little boy. So, yeah, I'm doing both, but it's great.
Well, welcome to Omaha and fantastic first match.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sarah Wilhite Parsons, 17 kills, leads the way for the Supernovas in their win. Final thoughts?
I thought it was a good start for Omaha. I liked how the team showed some grit, and they didn't necessarily start out the prettiest. It wasn't great volleyball that first set. I mean, I think their hitting percentage was like 100. But I loved the grit they showed to stick with it, to continue trying to stay, like Coach Luca mentioned, like trying to stay disciplined. I thought their block and defense was very disciplined most of the night. And you could see room for improvement in some areas of their game, but I liked how they stayed with it. They didn't get flustered, they didn't lose their focus, and they were able to hang in there and sweep a decent San Diego team. The San Diego team isn't bad either. They've got some really nice players over there. Omaha was able to slow them down offensively and then able to turn transition plays.
Well, the Supernovas in a sweep for the home opener. For Nancy Metcalf, I'm Larry Putney. For our entire Nebraska Public Media crew, thanks so much for joining us. So much more Supernovas volleyball to come on Nebraska Public Media. We hope you join us next time right back here. Until then, we'll see you from Omaha. Supernovas, a winner in the home opener.
Hockey Club.
Hey. Okay. All right. All right.